This podcast may contain spoilers from whatever TV show or movie is mentioned. Please listen at your own discretion. Welcome to Viewers Anonymous.
Yo, what's going on? I am Scoots Bronson.
And I am S. Foster.
That's right. You tuned into another episode of the Viewers Anonymous podcast, where we give you our very own reviews and takes of movies and TV straight out of Hollywood. What's up, Brody?
Man, can't call it, man. Just glad to be back in the lab, man. Cause listen, let me tell you something. So I know well, by the time, I guess it don't really matter, but you know what I'm saying. So, pod dropped today, so I was like, gave me a chance to listen. So I was like, I gotta get the clips up. Yeah. Man, let me tell you something. That last pod, but some of our finest work. Well, really, some of your finest work. He was going off. He was going off. It was so many fucking funny moments in that pod, man. But yeah, man, Presume Innocent, like it might have not got the best rating, but the pod though, pod was hard. But how about you, man? How you been feeling?
Man, I am tired of kids. How about that? I'm sick of kids.
Man, school started back, man.
That don't mean shit. You would think when school start back, you know what I'm saying, you got some freedom. Not me. No, I got tricked into volunteering to coach for my son's soccer team. And yeah, it's been hell. First, it's not. Oh, I take that back. I ain't gonna say it's the kids. It's the kids' parents and the motherfuckers that run this fucking league, man. These motherfuckers is unorganized. First off, we done had 4 different roster changes since this shit started because they didn't do the rosters right. So finally, we got the rosters in order. We don't got jerseys yet. We don't got game schedules yet. And pictures are the week before the game schedule. So I don't even know when we get our picture package. Then the parents, I'm sitting here trying to put these motherfuckers in a group chat. I put them in a group chat, but the roster's wrong. So I got to start a whole nother group chat. So I got about 12 group chats in my phone right now with motherfuckers texting me in all these group chats. Stupid shit. So finally, we got the right one. They got an app that you can go to where you could like make your roster and team and all that shit. So I did that, sent everybody the link. Everybody ain't on there, of course. So I got motherfuckers coming up to me at practice like, excuse me, yeah, how you doing? My name's da-da-da. I'm such and such's mom, and I just wanted to let you know that I need the link for the. I'm like, bro, the link is in the group chat. I'm like, if you're in the group chat, the link is there. If you're not in the group chat, let me know. I could put you in there now. So I spent 15 minutes in my last practice putting everybody in there and sending them the link for the group chat. I mean, the link for the app to messages and all that shit. So cool. Yeah. Got that shit out the way. Then they supposed to be sending out like emails for updates and all that shit. Well, the shitty part is I get hella emails all day. Whether it be through Xbox, Twitch, you know what I'm saying, like all the other shit that I be doing. So I have to go through all those emails every day. I have to go through all my emails at the end of the day and make sure I didn't miss anything from the league so I can do all that shit. So it's been hectic off rip. Then yesterday, I had to meet up with a whole bunch of parents. No, not yesterday. Yesterday was Wednesday. Tuesday, I had to meet up with a whole bunch of parents. One of them days, I had to meet up with a whole bunch of parents to give them information and all this other shit because they new to the team. I'm like, man, look, fuck this. I'm never doing this shit again. So, yeah, it's been a hell of a week, man.
Damn, boy, it sound like it.
Absolutely. But other than that, everything has been great. You know what I'm saying? Played the new Madden, fire. You know what I'm saying? Doing my little shit on that. We're still playing the Dynasty in college. You know what I'm saying? I have Hawaii as a 3-star program now. Took them from a 1-star to a 3-star. Getting 5-star recruits in, you know what I'm saying, left and right. Taking over the Mountain West. You know, Phil, it's all good, man. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? Still ain't won no chip yet, though. But I'm getting there. Okay. Made it to the college playoffs twice. So
that's what's up.
We in year 10.
Okay. Oh damn.
Oh yeah, we've been getting to it.
I ain't even finished year 1 yet, man.
Oh man. You don't even know you can make your own school.
I heard, man. I honestly, man, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I just don't be having time like that. And then at the same time, it's only one system in here, and like,
Oh yeah, I
shoot,
already
like,
know. I'm already hit. I go through
yeah.
that every weekend. I go through that every when my boys come over. I tell everybody I can't get on the game till late, bro. I'm sorry. That's that. When they
Yeah,
come over here, that's their system, bro. I don't even fight them niggas.
yeah. So it be like that, man. So it just be like, like you said, till late, man.
Yeah.
And then they be like, shit, I can only get one game in, and it's like, yo, it's time to go to bed. I gotta get up.
Yeah,
So
you gotta get up. You gotta work on the weekend. Shit, man. I be on that motherfucker on the weekend from about 9 to about 3 in the morning. We just be on that mother. Sometimes I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes we don't even be playing the game. We just be on there talking shit to each other. So you know
man,
what I'm saying? It's all right, man. It's all right. But
that's what's up.
listen, we got a
Okay.
great episode in store for you guys today. So hopefully you have seen this movie. If you haven't seen this movie, it's the best time is right now to go watch it. This movie is available on Peacock. And also it is available to rent or own on all available streaming services. It came out this year with an hour 50-minute runtime, rated R. The movie we're talking about today is Abigail. Quick synopsis is basically it is a group of criminals who kidnap a little girl and they take her to a secluded location and they're waiting for instructions from the person that hired them to kidnap the girl for ransom, only to then find out that the little girl is a fucking vampire and calamity fucking ensues. Um, this movie stars Melissa Barrera, Dan Stevens, Alicia Weir, William Catlett, Kevin Durant, Giancarlo Esposito, Angus Cloud, and a few others. Um, so I've seen this
Okay,
movie about 3 or 4
hold up.
times. What's up?
Before you start. So, um, I know you don't really know like too much who he is because like the thing that he's known for the most. And I remember talking about this when we did a
Are you talking about
rest
Angus
in peace.
Cloud?
Yeah, Angus
Yes,
Cloud, man.
yes, yes.
Like that dude, man. He had a very promising career coming. You know what
I
I
can
mean?
tell. I can tell.
Sadly, man, it was cut short, man. And when it, accidental overdose, which is so crazy because he look and sound just like Mac, and the same shit happened to him. And
Bruh, it's crazy. When I was sitting there
yes,
watching that, I'm like, God damn. The two people that came to my mind was Mac Miller and Rory.
yep, I can see that. I can see
Yeah.
that. And all three of them really kind of deal with the same shit. Rory always talks
Hmm.
about his
Depression and all
mental,
that shit. Yep.
yeah, and all that shit that he deal with. And
Hmm.
like that's a good point. All three of them really deal with a lot of the same shit,
Yeah.
and it's just to watch him on Euphoria and for him to play a drug dealer and see. And I didn't know because like when I first came upon him, it was Euphoria, and I'm
Hmm.
watching it. And I'm like, now I wonder is he like because I didn't know him. I'm like, I wonder is he like changing his voice up to kind of to try to
Yeah. I thought that
put
same thing when
himself
I seen it.
into yeah,
Yeah.
to try to put himself like a drug dealer type of thing. So it's like he
Right.
just come up with this accent, but then kind of find out like no, like this is how this dude really talks. Like this
Yeah.
is just his voice, and then to see that like even like I think it was like wow he was doing like the first season of Euphoria. Like
Hmm.
this dude was still like working as like a waitress or whatever. Like there was like pictures of him like
Wow. I
working
mean,
as a
well,
waitress.
yeah, that's not shocking. That's not shocking.
But yeah, man, I think that this dude really had a promising career. He also did another movie, man, because I was watching something on Netflix. So he has another small part in another movie that came out
Hmm.
this year. So obviously he was working, putting in some work before his life was cut short. But I just wanted
Yeah,
to just give another rest in peace, man, to Angus
absolutely.
Cloud because I really think that you know what I'm saying? That his demeanor and then like it felt like he really in this and even that other movie I watched. Hold on, what is that movie, man? Let me get it because I just watched it.
Hmm.
Um, Your Lucky Day,
Okay.
same person. He's
Yeah.
literally. It's like
He playing himself.
Yeah, like he playing
Yeah.
himself. It's like he was the same person in fucking Euphoria, where he's a drug dealer. He's a criminal in this. He was a criminal in that. And,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't even really say that he was really like a criminal. So like basically, your lucky day was like he went into this convenience store,
Mm-hmm.
and so there was this white guy comes in, and there's
Oh,
like an
with the
Arabic
dude that he get the lottery
lottery
ticket.
ticket.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
I gotta see that. I know exactly what you're talking about. I want to see that.
Yeah, man, and it was just so crazy because it was just this dude was being an asshole to the clerk guy,
Mm-hmm.
and then the dude ended up getting a winning lottery ticket. And my man Angus Cloud, he was looking at a magazine, and he heard the dude talking about how he won the ticket. My
Mm-hmm.
man then ripped the page out the damn magazine and like ripped little holes out, put the magazine on his face, put tape over his head.
Smart man. Smart man.
But nah, man. But we're gonna get to the point. I just wanted to single him out, man, because it
Yeah,
sucks, man. And also, man, just a little service announcement. We usually don't do this on this pod, but man, y'all be careful with these drugs, man. This
absolutely.
fentanyl is taking a
It's
lot of
it's
people out, man.
everywhere, man. It's everywhere. As a matter of fact, I know somebody specifically who sells drugs, and he got into it with some people because he found out that the shit that he had was cut with fentanyl.
Yeah,
And the crazy part is that um you don't necessarily have to like do the drug. Like if you touch that shit, it can fuck you up.
yeah. They say it's a small. I mean, it's just a
Yeah,
little bit of
yeah.
fentanyl
Like they put they
is
showed
deadly.
the amount and they had a penny and they showed the amount and it was like the small little corner of the penny. I'm like, yo, that is crazy. And that's how if that's how much it take to kill you, yo, that is it's a crazy game out here, y'all. Please, man, if you do drugs, I'm begging you, don't do nothing that can even be confused with fentanyl. Change your
Yep,
drug, please. Change your drug. If you got to switch over to pill, because I know addiction is a real serious thing, and I'm not saying this as a joke or nothing. I'm saying this as I understand that addiction is a difficult thing to deal with, and as somebody who's had various addicts in my family, from grandmothers to uncles to aunts, cousins, all that. Please, man, I'm begging you, change your drug because I know it's hard to get off of it, but just don't do no cocaine, no crack, no none of that shit. If it's white, leave that shit alone. Cause ain't no
yep,
telling what that shit. And sometimes you gotta check the shit. You gotta check your weed. You gotta check all that shit. Cause ain't no telling where that shit is. You know what I'm saying?
yep.
But
But yeah. Continue what you're saying. My bad.
oh no, I was just saying basically I watched this movie about like 4 or 5 times.
Okay.
And I will say that it is a very refreshing movie. That's the word I'm going to use for this. It's very refreshing because they did a very weird spin on vampire movies. And a lot of people, when you see vampire movies, it's the usual vampire. He, making bitches fall in love with him. He got all the powers. He shifting into a bat and shit. This shit, it was just straight raw, just calamity, all that shit. Like everything about this movie to me, I fucked with. Um, and we'll get into the, what I'm saying, the change and the plot twist and all that shit later. But one person I wanted to point out in this was Giancarlo Esposito. You know, when I tell you that dude is a legend, he is for sure certified legend. For him to go to roles like bugging out and do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? He was what Jose and Fresh. I think it was Jose.
Was it Jose?
He might have been. I think his name
Ooh,
was Jose
I
when
ain't
he
seen
was in
Fresh
Fresh.
in a minute.
I know, right? But just seeing the various roles that he's played over the years, bro. I mean, he was in Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul. Like this dude has done a myriad of works.
Shoot, yo, he was in the movie we did. Nothing to Lose.
Yep.
He was hilarious in that shit.
But for him to had done all of this work, and for him to, I think he was in I want to say he was in Hunger Games. It might not have been Hunger Games. I might be. Oh no, that was Jeffrey Wright. Never mind, Jeffrey Wright was in Hunger Games. But for him to have done everything that he's done, and then he turns around and for the second part of his career to take that and um make it what it has been, to me, is amazing. He's been in The Boys. He's been in let me see. He does the voice work for Lex Luthor and Harley Quinn. He was in The Mandalorian playing Moff Gideon, and
Yeah.
that raised everything for him, bro. That raised everything for him, bro. He's you can play him as a character in Fortnite.
Yo, he about to be in the new Maxine movie, bro.
Yes, yes, and it all started from Electric Company. It all started from Electric
Crazy.
Company. You know what I'm saying? So for him to have had this marvelous career for all these years, from what 70s, from the 70s to now, is amazing, bro. Like for him to really just be going this strong, doing the things that he's done, I gotta give him, you know what I'm saying, his flowers, man, because he did it. First off, he did a hell of a job in this movie. For him to play, you know what I'm saying, he always play. I mean, shit, he was in The Boys. Like him playing this like smooth ass character, it fits so perfect now. You know what I'm saying? After seeing him playing all of these roles, like now seeing him play like this debonair, suave ass, smooth ass character, it's like every role he's getting, that's where he's landing at. And you really have to take your time and appreciate it, man, because he's really doing an amazing job. But let's get to this movie, man. So first and foremost, when the movie starts, it's a group of misfit ass criminals going to basically do a job, and we find out that the job is kidnapping a little girl for ransom. Um, they get the little girl, and she was at like ballet practice or a recital or something like that, or audition. And they get her and they take her to this house where we see Lambert, who's played by Giancarlo Esposito, and he's giving them the instructions on what to do, you know, until I guess daylight or some shit. So they take the little girl to a room, lock the door, and they pretty much just sitting back kicking it until it's time to go ahead and get the word from Lambert. Um and in the midst of all of this, they play this game where basically what's her name? Joey is, you know what I'm saying, going one by one and reading everybody, right?
Yeah.
So she getting everybody down packed and everything. So she basically got everybody down. And then Frank, who is the worst person in this movie. Not only is
Yeah.
this nigga a undercover detective, he's a dirty undercover detective, which is the
Well,
worst kind of
former cop.
detective. Yeah, former, but the worst type of motherfucker in the world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he basically is like, oh, you going around reading everybody. Well, let's read you. And he nails her shit down to a science. She gets
Hmm.
uncomfortable. All that shit is over with. So let's start it off, man. You seeing this shit? This your first time?
No, this is my second time.
Okay, so you seeing this shit? What was your thoughts on this one?
Um, well, see, I saw the trailer, and the two things that intrigued me was the fact that Angus Cloud was in it, and then
Mm-hmm.
the fact that this was a vampire movie. So
Yeah,
I'm like, all right. I was like, they haven't done a lot of good ones as of late, but it's a new movie. Let me give it a shot. So
right.
I'm watching it, and like you said, it was refreshing, and I like the spin that they took, where it's just basically, by that sunlight hit you, you explode, like
That's it.
point blank. Period.
That's it.
Like this ain't no. Usually we see them kind of catch on fire and then
they burn and all
ash
that.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah. This time you just exploding. But like I thought that, you putting these people together, which I also thought the plan was kind of weird though. It's like, okay, like, so you kidnap the girl, we take her to this location. So you get in this location and it's like, yo, the job is for 24 hours. Like, so like I'm sitting here thinking like, okay, so it's gonna take 24 hours to get somebody to agree to pay us $20 million. Was it 20?
I think it was.
Or was it 50? So I think it was 20. So it's gonna take 20. It's gonna take 24 hours to get 20 million out of this person. Like, I always thought that was weird from the rip. Like, why we gotta stay 24 hours?
24 hours for a ransom is nuts.
Yeah, so I just thought that was a weird concept. I was like, okay, let me get into it. And so, like you said, everybody, the little dialogue is going on. I will say, like, the whole thing of Joey going in there and talking to the girl, trying to get the girl to be, calm and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Lambert said, only Joey's the one to go in, so she can only hear one voice, so she can't, identify anybody else. No real names, no personal stories, none of this shit, right?
Right.
So the whole shit when Frank tried to run up in there, and then, the blindfold is off of her. They're like, yo, why you take the blindfold off of her? What's the point? I'm the only one supposed to go in the fucking room, dumbasses. So it don't even fucking matter.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I was on her side when it came to that. Yeah. But like, because like they say, nobody else going into the room. But no, I love the plot twist because it's like you got this innocent little girl, ballet and all this shit. And then like she gave you a little hint though when she was like, yo, I hate what's gonna happen to you or something like that. I forget how she put it.
When she said that, hey man, pack this shit up, bro. Let's go. Fuck this. Leave this little bitch here. No, I got to go. What the fuck she mean by that? She's talking about I hate it. I'm sorry for what's gonna happen to you. What does that mean? The fuck? Wait a minute. Time out. What? Fuck that, man.
And then Frank go in there and basically force her to tell him who her dad is.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently, her dad he's well known, basically in the underground and all this type shit. Yeah. So they like once they get the name, they're like, yo, I'm out. Then all of a sudden they hit the lock button like they did in goddamn House on the Haunted Hill.
Oh my
God. Everything locked up in that piece.
Hey man. Hey, nigga, that's when you kill a motherfucker. That's when you kill somebody. When you do that and this whole place locked down, you got to die. Cause you already fucking up. Ain't no telling what else in this motherfucker. If it's locking up like this, I'm talking about metal shit clanging and on the windows, fucking all the doors is shut off. Nah, man, you got to kill that person off instantly.
No, but the funny part was when they was like, all right, y'all. Now I love how they put the comedy part to it by just saying like, okay, so what are all the myths that we know about fucking vampires, right? So they're like, oh, the garlic, we got to get the steak, we got to get the cross and all this type shit. Yo, she smelled that garlic. No, the girl brought onions first. That shit was hilarious. He said, what the fuck? Why you bring onions, man? That ain't garlic. And so they get the garlic, they got their steaks and shit, and my man got the cross around his neck. And then, man, she killed two birds with one stone. Like, she smelled the garlic and threw that shit, grabbed the cross off my man's neck, and started stabbing him with it.
That shit was crazy.
She was like, yo, don't none of this shit work on me, bro.
No,
like,
the wildest kill was the one on Dean. Yo, she basically cut my man's head off.
Yo, that was so dirty. She didn't have to do him like that.
Left my nigga just sitting up in the motherfucking chair, bro. I'm like, yo. Oh, girl came downstairs like, what the fuck? Hey, man, get out. Nah, man, fuck that. Find a room. Stay in that motherfucker, bro. Fuck that, bro.
But see, that's the thing, man. That's the thing. When you locked in somewhere, like that's when it's just like, you know what I'm saying, where the anxiety goes up. Because it's like, okay.
Fuck it, don't. It's one way in, one way out this bitch. Let's lock ourselves in this motherfucker. Fuck that. What we talking about?
That ain't gonna work, man.
Shit,
It ain't gonna work. That's just like when they tried to lock her in their cage. And
that
then
was stupid.
I'm thinking, even the first time I watched it, I was like, hold on, wait a minute. So we know this whole shit is a setup.
Right.
There's nothing that's gonna hold this bitch down. Like,
she's a fucking
for y'all
vampire.
to be doing exactly like y'all doing these negotiations and shit.
Come
like,
on, hey, fuck that, my boy. Listen, once I seen that little bitch kill something, I'm going to a room. Y'all come with me. We gonna sit in this room until this goddamn daylight hit. Cause if not, nigga, we in trouble.
But this is the thing about the daylight. The windows are covered.
That's fine.
There was only one window.
We just need this. We just need this door locked. We just need this door. We need all the shit up against this door so this little bitch can't get through.
Yo, when my big dude, what was his name, Peter? When Peter had said, when Peter said, he said, I gotta lock in this door, and then just boom, she busted through that door. Like, yo, y'all ain't stopping her. Like, y'all ain't stopping her. Then, man, when she had grabbed Frank by the ankle and started flying, my God.
Bro, that nigga said fucking flying. Yeah, nigga, that surprised you? That's the thing it be shit like that where I just gotta know where people's heads is at. First off, the flying part is the least of your worries. The bitch is a vampire. This nigga was shocked that she could fly. No, she's a vampire. Why is it a vampire out here? And why are we kidnapping this little motherfucker? Why are we chosen to do this shit? What the fuck happened, man? I thought we was going this motherfucker to get some money. Come to find out, nigga, we out here trying to survive. But this is one thing I will say about this movie, man. That's why I said it was refreshing, because not only was the vampire part a good plot twist, but what was even more of a better plot twist is when you find out why they're there to begin with. Right? Like when you figure out what the whole plan is. When Lambert finally tells, you know what I'm saying? Because I think that was the time where Frank and Zoe was teaming up, because at that point, everybody else was dead. Damn near everybody else was dead. Because I think the only other person was Sammy, and she had got turned into a vampire by that time.
What? Oh, so you talking about that part? I thought you was talking about the part where it was Sammy, Frank, Joey, and Peter. Mm-hmm. And so she started calling them by their real names.
Yeah.
And started telling them the reason that I thought you were talking about that.
No, I'm talking about when they see Lambert and they, you know what I'm saying, Lambert got Joey by the throat and Frank is trying to save her, but he basically explaining like, yeah, you know, basically this is what we do all the time. Like, we go get a bunch of motherfuckers and then make some shit up, and this is for her to be able to hunt. So she'd be, you know, she'd be cool. She ain't got to worry about shit while her dad gone. So when I seen that shit, I'm like, so all of this shit was just basically for these motherfuckers to die. It ain't no 20 million. The motherfucker that she talking about probably ain't even existing for real. All of this shit is just for her to feed. And I'm like, that's crazy. Then to come to find out, Giancarlo is a fucking vampire too.
See, I think the other part got me a little bit more than that one. And then that part kind of came first. Because it was just like, I think that's when I knew that none of them was going to get, well, I kind of knew it wasn't going to be no 20 million when she first came out them handcuffs.
Oh, man.
And got them did the pose and started roaring at these ones. I was like, oh, yeah, this whole shit was a setup. Like, y'all ain't getting shit. And then the one part that was funny is when my man was like, when they was saying something about the other dude's cut or whatever, he was like, man, I give you my cut. He was like, man, like, he was like, I'll give you my cut and you can be like headless, like Dean or whatever, or some shit like that. That was funny. But no, I thought that like when she started, like when that girl was in there, when Abigail was in there, and she started calling them by their real names and started, you know, telling them their background and why they were there. Like Joey was there because she got high and worked on somebody and ended up killing them.
Yeah.
And Frank, he was the cop that was guarding the door that the people end up dying, and it was supposed to like testify. No, not testify, but supposed to do something.
Yeah.
And he went in there and killed him. And then Sammy, she was this fucking hacker, went in and hacked and stole some money from her dad. And what's the name, dude? Peter. Peter was his bodyguard, and hey, what did he do? He beat up the wrong person or something?
Yeah.
And so, like, I was like, wow. I was like, so all this shit. And then she told them, they was like, so all this shit was so like, yeah, sometimes I like to play with my food. Like, that's the only entertainment you can have at this point. You know what I'm saying? You've been a vampire for fucking centuries. It's just like, all right, like, let's run this game. And, like, anybody. And then, like, she was trying to get approval from her dad as well.
Mm-hmm.
So Abigail has her own purpose in what she's doing as well. It's like, yeah, I like to play with my food. But at the same time, there's a certain reason why all of y'all are here.
Yeah.
Like, y'all are here because y'all, in some type of way, y'all fucked over my dad. And so not only do I get to feed on y'all, not only do I get to play with y'all, I get to try to get like brownie points from my father as well. Yeah. But he's still, at the end of the day, like, yo, like, you my daughter, like, you're never gonna be anything higher than what you are. You know what I'm saying? Then that's the one thing that kind of
fucked up, because to live as a vampire, which means that you don't die no time soon. So to live all them hundreds and hundreds of years trying to get this nigga approval, at some point you got to just let it fucking go, man.
Yeah. It's like, I've been trying to satisfy you for 127 years. Like,
yeah,
nah,
come on,
bro.
Man.
Like,
damn, after 27, it's time to stop.
And then I'm gonna stay 12 forever. It's like, yo, let me tell you something.
I'm not mad at that though.
Not 12 though, man.
12?
Not 12. Like,
hell,
I'm gonna be like, look, bro.
Imagine,
I'm gonna be like,
listen, imagine right now you 12. Right now. Nigga, you can have a PS5, a new Xbox, 100-inch TV. You ain't gotta pay no bills. And you know that once all this shit is over with, you get to be able to enjoy the next wave of shit. Oh man, I wish.
No, I want to be like if I'm 12 and they're like, yo, like, you gotta be a vampire. I'm like, man, just wait till I'm about 16. I'm gonna get 16.
Fuck that.
Man, nah, man, about 16, 17.
You stuck in like the peak of puberty.
But man, I'll be fully grown though, man, because man, that ain't the way it works.
Fully grown don't even matter. This bitch was doing hand tucks and wrestling moves. That's irrelevant. She was already fully grown.
Oh, but Abigail was fucking them up, boy. Dancing while she doing it.
Bro, when she jumped on that nigga and turned around and then kicked him and everybody spent off, I said, that shit is crazy. This bitch was doing fucking ninjutsu, man. That was crazy. I was like, yeah, man, fuck that, bro. I'm out. Put me by the door. I'm a fake dead.
Hey, man. Yeah.
Fuck that.
Nah, man. The way she got dude though, what's his name? Ricker. What's that motherfucker name?
Rickles.
Rickles. Man. So Rickles and Joey, they already kind of formed a bond in the first place. You know what I'm saying? They were kind of like eyeing each other. She was like, yo, I'm trying to be professional. Like, I would give you the skins, but we gotta play this cool.
Rickles was about to tear that ass up. You hear me? He was trying to get in where he fit in. I ain't mad at him.
Yeah, he sure was. And she was gonna give it to him, but she was like, yo, we gotta be professional. But like, they both kind of had like this, you know what I'm saying? This, you can look at a person sometimes and tell, like, yeah, like, you get me. And so they was already had this whole thing of like, we gotta look out for each other because I don't trust the rest of them. And so now, like, after they know about the girl and all this type of shit, they was like, yo, we're gonna do this, blase, you go this way, I go that way. So my man stepped into a room and then all of a sudden he's just standing there. And she like, what are you doing, man? She go in there, man, half my dude face gone, half his neck gone. I was like, damn, like they ain't even show us my man get fucked up.
Good.
But exactly, it kind of give you that suspense
Yeah.
of like
Yeah.
how, like, you know what I mean? She did it that quick, and not only that quick, but that quietly. Like you didn't hear nothing.
Cause he ain't making sound or nothing.
And that just tells you like how, but like she said when Frank was turned, like at the end,
Mm-hmm.
she was like, yo, she's like, the one great thing about being a vampire, she was like, basically the longer you are, the more tricks you learn.
Mm-hmm.
Because see, he didn't really know because he just got turned like 20
Yeah.
minutes ago. Like you don't know all the shit you could do yet. See, that's what I was talking about when I was telling you. We
Mm-hmm.
had that whole discussion
Mm-hmm.
about fucking Captain America getting that damn hammer. It's like, yo, there's no way you know exactly what to do as soon as you get the hammer, bro. Like, get out of here. Thor been doing this
I
for
mean, you've been
centuries.
watching this nigga Thor do it. That's different.
Man, get out of here,
I'm
man.
telling you.
Listen,
Listen,
I'm not doing this until today.
all Thor did was this. Boom, 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 and then he threw it, and then shit happened. Yeah, man, that's not hard.
Man, he don't supposed to know how to call the thunder, man.
Nah, see, this is what you forget about Mjolnir, bro. Listen, this is
Man.
what you forget about these weapons. Remember, before Thor even got the hammer, remember Odin grabbed the hammer and said, "Whoever is worthy of holding this hammer, they shall be granted power and blah 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 blah." So remember, in Age of Ultron, they was all sitting around in the living room drinking and having a good time, and Thor had the hammer on the table, and they was like, "Yo, you know what I'm saying? Is it a magic trick or like what? Like why can't nobody pick it up?" And he was like, "Oh, it ain't no magic trick. You just got to be worthy." So everybody went to go pick it up. And what happened? As soon as Cap touched it, it moved a little bit. He felt it and he was like, I can't get it. Thor seen that shit, bro.
Man, that ain't got nothing to do with you know how to call the thunder. I'm gonna stick with
Once
that.
you
I'm not
once you
changing. I'm not.
once you are worthy of Mjolnir, bro, you know all the things of Mjolnir, bro. It's that easy.
Man, listen. Frank didn't know how to be a vampire like Abigail
No,
know how to be a vampire,
absolutely
man.
not. Absolutely
So
not.
so she
That
had
was
to teach
that
him
was
some new
evident
tricks.
because he tried to turn the tide and bite her and kill her. Nigga, she's
No,
been
he tried
alive
to.
for 127 years.
Yo, this motherfucker bit Joey and just thought that he could just tell her what to do like right off the rip. Like, man, you don't know how to do this shit, man.
Come on, bro.
Like, if you don't get that bullshit out of here, and that's what I'm saying. But that was dope though,
Mm-hmm.
because I never really seen that. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna say I've seen all the vampire movies in the world,
Yeah.
but I never really seen that before because Abigail had did that shit to Sammy.
Mm-hmm.
So Sammy, she got because she had got bit, but it took her a couple of hours to change.
Yeah, to change
So
out.
when
Yep.
she finally changed, you know what I'm saying, she had killed Peter or whatever, whatnot. And it was because
Yo,
Abigail was telling her what to do.
bro, that you listen, when you talking about throwing something so small into a movie, but it's such a big thing for her to turn Sammy and the way that she turned Sammy, and then for Sammy to be basically doing everything under her mind control or whatever, for them to be doing that while Sammy is doing everything she doing, but then like having a flashback to Abigail, like doing the ballerina shit, I was like, yo,
Yeah,
that shit is fire. That was fire to me, bro. That was amazing.
that was fire to me as well because I just can't recall ever really seeing that in the movie before. And so once she had basically took mind control over Sammy, and so Sammy had went, she killed Peter, but she bit him, but she ended up killing him though, because I don't think Peter ever really changed. I think that maybe she just kind of bled him dry to the point where, because I think that's also another thing. If they bite you and feed off you a little bit and just leave you some, you know, whatever, that shit kind of rebuilds up or whatever, whatnot. But if you drain them dry, because she said that to Frank, just saying like the only way you're gonna kill me you know what I'm saying, if you drain me dry. And so after she had did that to Peter, and then she started started dancing and she was doing the same dance that she was doing, I was like, yo, I just never really recall seeing a movie that was dealing with vampires to the point
Mm-hmm.
where they was just complete mind control over a person. I just don't recall seeing it. So I thought that was
No,
another great spin.
the one of the Dracula movies I think had that in there.
The only Dracula movie I remember seeing was
Because I think one of them
well
had
this
either Gerard Butler or something. He was one of them in one of them.
I seen Dracula Untold, which was I think that was Orlando Bloom, I think. No,
No,
it wasn't
not
Orlando
Orlando
Bloom.
Bloom. You thinking of
It was oh man, what's his name?
because he played one of the bad guys in Fast and the Furious.
Oh my god.
I
But
think he
anyway,
did.
I seen that one. I seen Dracula 2000 that
I
had
think that's the one with
that's the one with Omar Epps. Omar Epps was in that one.
yeah, but I think he's in Dracula Untold is Luke Evans. Yeah, Gerard
Yeah.
Butler was in Dracula 2000. He was Dracula.
Oh, oh, okay, okay. I just remember Omar Epps being in it. And then the
Yeah.
only other Dracula that I can really like remember is the one that was in Blade Trinity. But
Oh yeah. Yo,
I
Dracula
mean
Untold though, very, very, very
quiet,
underrated.
quietly, yeah, quietly underrated
Absolutely.
because it didn't really do what I think it was supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I don't know if people are kind of like really just getting kind of sick of it because I'm gonna tell you another movie that was it wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible. What was it? The Last Voyage of Demar,
Demeter.
De- Demeter? Yeah, The Last Voyage of Demeter.
Yeah.
Quietly, I movie. I watched it. Like I
Yo,
said, it wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible.
I think I seen like half of it, but I watched it late. Like one of them nights where you ain't got shit to do, you up, you just throw some shit on. It was one of them, but fire movie though. Fire
Yeah,
movie.
but I mean, but if for me though, like, and I'm telling you for real, it ain't got nothing to do with Kate Beckinsale in that leather suit. But
It has
the
everything to
other,
do with Kate Beckinsale and that leather suit. Oh, weak. It has everything to do with it. What are you talking about?
man,
The best part of
the
the movie.
under. I mean, it is, and then especially
Yeah.
when the eyes turn blue, like it's
Oh
just like
man,
immediately, like
I'm
I'm
with
ready
you
to
on
go.
that. I'm with you on that.
But I like that version of it because
Mm-hmm.
also just the different versions because so basically the quote unquote Dracula was Marcus.
Mm-hmm.
Marcus could go back and forth from human form
Yep.
to
To a
looking like
bat.
a bat.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was cool as fuck to put
Yeah.
that, you know what I'm saying, to put that factor to. But also we had the werewolf factor in that movie as well.
Well, yeah, it
But
started getting weird after a while.
I mean, it did. Like I think the as far as the story, the first two movies.
Fire.
Well, no, I would say three.
No, three,
The
because the
third
third
one,
one was when they went back in
what?
time with
Yeah, with
oh boy, he was a werewolf.
not Lucian.
Yeah, it was
Was it
Lucian.
Lucian?
Yeah, it was
Lucian,
Lucian.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it gave you the backstory of of why
How they end up getting into it and shit.
Victor got
Yeah.
Celine and all that type shit.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so those the first three movies fire,
Yeah.
and then it really kind of tailed off to the point where it was just like we could
Not
kind of
gonna
get
lie
people
to
to
you,
come
bro.
in.
Not gonna lie to you. The last fuck, what is that movie called? Twilight, the last Twilight, like the
Uh-huh.
big finale. Hey, fire. I
And
did not fuck with Twilight at first, but my wife made me watch the shits. And that last one, where like they finally turned her into a vampire and all that shit, and they had the baby and they had to save the baby, and it got weird toward the end though, because the Jacob dude that she was supposed to like, was supposed to be like her daughter's, like the person that
Yeah, like when you
it
when you
got
get the
weird.
smell, like yeah.
Yeah, it got weird. But outside of that though, fire movie. I think that was the
Man,
best Twilight at all of them. But the whole Twilight
see that?
series though, I can't keep watching that shit.
Yeah, see, I couldn't either, man. I got to a point where it was just like, but I'm also that person. Like a lot of the times, like 90% of the time, when something is super popular, I
Hmm.
don't really be fucking with it like that. And
Well, you know
like
why it
I don't.
got popular though.
I mean, yeah, and then
High
I
school girls,
see,
man.
man, and see the whole shit with Kristen Stewart got on my nerves because it was just
She was the
like,
worst.
like she was the worst, man. It was just like, man, Jacob over here doing everything for this bitch, and it's just like she ain't giving him a time of day until my dude gone. And
She
so
want to
then when
keep
my
messing
dude
with
had left,
what's that nigga name? Edgar or not Edgar? What's that nigga
Edward,
name, man? Edward.
Edward,
Yeah, fuck that nigga.
yeah. When
He's a
Edward was
bitch.
gone, she all over Jacob, and then as soon as he come back, yeah, I'm like, get the fuck out of here, man.
That
Yo, who
nigga
do you
Edward
want,
though,
man?
I ain't gonna lie. Edward, bro. If I was Jacob, I'd have cleaned that nigga up, man.
Man, he should have, man. He should
Absolutely.
have cleaned
He
him
had
up.
to clean that nigga up. What was crazy about that whole movie though? Every time the niggas went to high school, it was gloomy as fuck. I don't know what that was about. But it was never no sun out when them niggas was in high
Well,
school. That was weird.
that that's why they were in the Washington area
Man, it'd be
because
sunny in Washington, man. You ain't about to sit there and tell me it's
no,
like that
I'm not
all
saying it.
day.
I'm not saying it don't be sunny, but then at the
Yeah,
same time, you ain't gonna tell me that the whole cure to all of this shit is just sunblock. Yo, if you don't get the fuck out of my face, yo, you telling me all this time, all these years,
I
these
ain't had to put
vampires
on
did
some
not have to
sunblock.
die by just putting sunblock on? Fuck out of here. And then
I'm gonna tell you
instead
what
of
fucked it up for me.
dying,
I'm gonna tell you what fucked it up for
okay.
me. They killed the black vampire.
See, okay, I hear you, but that ain't what fucked it up for me. This is what
Yeah,
fucked it up for me. Is that when they're in the sunlight, they just fucking glisten. Yo,
like crystals. Thank you.
yo,
Yeah,
I said, man, if y'all don't get this bullshit out of my face, this ain't what vampires is. This ain't what
that's
we
why
grew up on.
I said that, bro. When they killed the black dude, though, bro, I'm like, yo, that nigga, he was ill. That nigga had super speed and shit. He was zooming and fighting niggas and throwing niggas up. I'm like, bro, this nigga nice. And they killed him. I was like, God damn. Took him out bad,
Man,
man. Took him out bad, bro. It was all bad.
man, the
What
fuck
I
out.
don't like about that shit too, though, was that it was a lot of infighting with the vampires. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that.
Well, well, I mean, if you've been dealing with each other for as long as these people dealing with each other, that's why I also thought what they did in Underworld was dope. Well, it
Mhm.
was like two asleep, one alive when it comes to
Yeah.
the elders, because it's like if these elders keep like if they was up at the same time, I feel like it would be a lot of infighting.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm
So it's kind of
saying. The
like
werewolves never had that issue.
nah, but the werewolves kind of followed suit though,
That's what I'm saying. The
and
niggas, they
but I,
had shit in order. It was one werewolf that was a top werewolf.
yeah.
Nobody bothered that nigga. Everybody fucked with him. Everybody was with him. Everybody took care of him. You know what I'm saying? But it was what I thought was very, very peculiar. Very, very peculiar. Was the werewolves just so happened to be the quote unquote Native Americans, and all the
Yep.
vampires were some English niggas. So that
Yep.
just let y'all know, man. Can't trust nobody from England.
Hey, but
Moral of the story.
even in underworld. Now, well, no, because
They
my
was
man
English.
had the English accent too. Lucian, he had the English
But
accent
nah,
as
remember he
well.
was a slave though. So I don't think he was
He
from there.
was a slave.
I don't think he was from there. That's what I'm saying. But see, once Victor got that shit, see that's what I'm saying, bro. You can't trust these English niggas, bro. Because once Victor got to become the motherfucking vampire, he just started taking shit over like it was his shit. Nigga, you not the top vampire. It's Marcus.
Yeah, and I think he hated that too.
He
I think
definitely
Victor
hated
hated
it.
that.
That's what I'm saying. These English niggas, man, you can't trust them, bro. You can't trust niggas from England, man. They
Marcus
be
Marcus
jealous
was
and
that
shit.
Marcus was that guy though. Yo,
Mm-hmm.
at some point we're gonna have to do, especially the second. The second one was
But
really
the
the
whole
best
shit,
one.
we gotta do the whole series, bro.
Yeah,
'Cause that,
yeah,
that whole
we're
series
gonna
was
have to do that at
crazy.
some point.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
series
So
was
we'll
crazy
pause that situation,
for sure.
that
But
conversation.
Abigail,
But yeah, but
yo,
Abigail,
when I tell
I
you,
like the spin. I like
yeah,
the spin they did.
she was clean with it though, man. That's the one thing I do like about this though is the fact that because this is like the first time we really see like a kid be the vampire and be like the antagonist of the shit. When really she wasn't even an antagonist for real. But you know what I'm saying? Like for the better part of the movie, she kind of played that role.
She was, until we find out about her father and
Exactly.
why she was doing it.
Exactly. So like with all that shit, I was like, damn, like I thought it was dope the fact that first and foremost, they had a little kid playing this role. Um and not only that, like the shit that she was doing, you know what I'm saying? Like it made it to me, I laughed a lot because it was like this little kid is beating their ass. And like if you take away the vampire aspect and just let her be a little kid doing all this shit, it makes it that much funnier. You know what I'm saying? Like this
Yeah.
little 12-year-old is like really fucking them up. Like she doing ballet, she jumping off a nigga, she flying and shit. I'm like, yo, this is a fucking nightmare. 'Cause a 12-year-old is already a hassle, but a 12-year-old vampire? Nah, man, fuck that, bro. I'm out. I can't deal with that, man.
Man, I'd be like, Pops, I don't show up to the end of the night.
Exactly.
But I'm gonna let you chill. Look, you've been living for 100 years, man. You don't
Man,
need me
listen.
around.
Motherfucker come up to you. You got any games on your phone? You be like, nah, just bite you and shit. You be like, what the fuck is what the fuck is this? All I said was no. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it's just a don't get me wrong, bro. To me, I really like this. Like this movie to me made it fun again to look at vampires and like the monster genre. Like it just made it fun again to watch this shit. Cause for so long, like you said, bro, it's been so many cliche vampire movies, right? Like the
Yes.
garlic and the steak. And then when you see this shit, and then it's like, yo, get the garlic, get the steak, and then they doing all this shit. No, none of this shit work. Bro, it's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like you thought they had her, and then she turned around like, psych, and then bite a nigga neck off. You be like, God damn. It was just the gore in this movie was great. The character that they got to play at the I'm sorry, the actor that they got to play Abigail was great. You know what I'm saying? All the actors in this movie made sense to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like this would be the same movie if you had like real big name, you know what I'm saying, celebrities in this. So the fact that they got the people that they did, and don't get me wrong, like everybody in this, I'm sure has some sort of resume to look on, like what's her name?
Oh, I know you talking about. You talking about the main girl, Melissa.
Melissa Barrera. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
She did the Scream
she
joints.
was the screen girl. Yeah,
Yeah, she did the Scream joints. The guy that played Frank, he was in Downton Abbey, Beauty and the Beast. Like, you know what I'm saying? He did stuff like that. The girl that played Abigail, she's supposed to be, well, she was in the New Matilda, Wicked Little what is that? Wicked Little Letters, Don't Leave Home. Like she got a nice little resume. The dude that played Rickles, he was in a few things. He was in Constellation on Apple TV. Let me see what else
yeah, I
is
remember him
in.
in Constellation.
The Devil You Know, The Last Days of Ptolemy Gray, like you know what I'm saying? He was in Black Lightning. Um like so, you know what I'm saying?
Lovecraft
Like you said,
Country.
yeah, Angus Cloud was in Euphoria, Giancarlo Esposito speak for itself. Kevin Durant, I mean, he got a extensive ass, you know what I'm saying?
And he's always the dumb big guy too.
Yeah, he was in X-Men Origins. I Am Number
Yep.
4. He was in Robin Hood, Wild Hogs, like the Kingdom of Planet of the Apes. I think he did the voice for one of them. Like he has an extensive list for sure. He was in Lock and Key. You know what I'm saying? Like so he was in Ballers. Like so they all got their own resumes. So to bring them in, you have the experience, but you just don't have that level of celebrity. You know what I'm saying? Like besides Giancarlo Esposito, but because he's only in it for like that much, it ain't a lot.
Yeah, like
You know what I'm
maybe a
saying?
total of 5 minutes.
Yeah, but for them to have these people on screen, well, Kevin Durant too, because Kevin Durant really got an extensive list. So, like to me, I feel like those two, if you take them out and have everybody else in it, it's still just as good because you don't have like these faces that are used to getting, you know what I'm saying, a lot of screen time or have been in these major movies and stuff like that. So you really in the midst of trying to get to know the characters, but also getting familiar with the actors on screen. You know what I'm saying? Like Angus Cloud, you can kind of take him out too because of recency with him being in Euphoria. But everybody else, I mean, they really did a great job in this film.
Yeah, I would have to agree, man. And then, like I said, the Melissa girl that played Joey,
Joey,
like,
yeah.
the two Scream movies that she got under her belt,
Mm-hmm.
she's kind of taking over the Nev Campbell thing. And then, like, even the character that she's even playing, with her being the daughter of my dude from the very first one. What was his name in the first one? Um,
Which
damn, I
one?
can't remember what his name was. So the dude that was the first killer with Stu.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Stu's name, but I can't remember his damn name. So she ended up
You talking about
being
Shaggy?
no, 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 no. That's Stu.
Okay.
She
The
ended
other
up
dude that was
being
with
the
Shaggy.
yes. What's that
Hold on,
motherfucker
time
name?
out. She ended up being his daughter.
Yeah,
Didn't he die in
Billy
the first
Billy
one?
Loomis. But it's the thing though. This is what's great about that. This is what's great about her being Billy Loomis's daughter, right?
Right.
Is the fact that you remember my girl never wanted to give up the skins, remember?
Facts.
So it just says that, yo, if you ain't gonna give me that, I'm gonna get it from somewhere else. So he was smashing somebody else the whole time. Obviously, he had to be smashing somebody else
Yeah.
because she wasn't giving up the draws. So he ended up
Wait a
having
minute.
a
Wait a
daughter
minute.
with
Time out.
somebody else.
Time out. Time out. Time out. Time
Yeah.
out. Time out.
Yes.
They were in
Yes.
college, right?
No, that was in high school.
Oh, come on, man. Stop. Nah, all right. Nah, bro. That's crazy. That's a wild ass way to bring some. That's crazy. But I mean, it happens,
Yes.
so it ain't far fetched. But like, come on,
Dude,
bro.
listen. Dude, I got people, and it's so crazy. I remember this one girl got pregnant by this dude that was on the football team.
Mm-hmm.
And because I remember going into our senior year, she had the baby. Like, this motherfucker's 21 now. Like, this shit is insane. It's like he's
Yeah,
like
that's wild.
21, 22 years old now.
That's
And
wild.
it's like, yo, like, I remember, because I remember going to school, right? So I had my ID. We had to wear our IDs my senior year.
Yeah.
And I remember them giving me a picture, a D, and like, so I had, because we didn't have to have pictures on the ID. So I put a
Mm-hmm.
picture of D. It was like one of those little sticker pictures. I put
Yeah.
a picture of D on my fucking ID card when I was a senior in high school. This motherfucker's like
Damn.
21 years old now.
That's
Like, it's
crazy.
crazy. Like,
That's
and then I'm
crazy.
seeing people, they putting up senior year and all this type shit. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, I mean, I'm getting there. I mean, because mine is junior, but it's wild. It's just
Shit, I
that's
got
when
a
you really
senior.
start to. It's like you look at yourself and be like, "Yo, I'm getting old for real.
Oh, for
Like,
sure.
I'm really getting old for real."
Hey, bro, I got
Like,
a senior, a sophomore, and an eighth grader, my nigga.
shoot, man, I got a I got a junior and a freshman. But yes, I just think it's funny. But anyway, I digress. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, she's Billy Loomis's daughter in
Okay.
Scream. But for her to have the two Scream movies under her belt for what Scream means, even
Mm-hmm.
though it kind of took a left turn and all that type shit.
Yeah.
But I understand it's the nostalgia of it, like
Right.
the whole thing of
Right.
like that's what Hollywood do for the most part. It's just that we keep bringing a lot of shit back because
Mm-hmm.
people are used to what they're used to. And Scream first one came out in '96. It hit. and it's just like, yo, when you catch lightning in the bottle, let's keep trying to get some more out of
Absolutely.
it. And like that's what
Absolutely.
they did. And for her to take that role, like I said, like that shit right there made her prime. You know what I'm saying? That made her top billing. She's top billing
Mm-hmm.
in this movie. You know what I'm saying? Because of her work in Scream. So so yeah, man, you got to give it up to her, man, because I think she's doing her thing.
I agree. I definitely agree, man. Well, let's go ahead and get into the Fire Flames.
Let's do it.
Yoga fire. Yoga flame.
All right, man. What you giving this thing, man?
Uh, like I said, I like the cast. It's not, you know, other. I like what they did with the cast. Other than like really two people, they're not like as known. You know what I'm saying? So I like what they did there. They took some fresh faces and they gave us not only fresh faces but fresh ideas and
Right.
kind of gave us a new outlook of the way that we traditionally see vampires. That's what I like. Like you can give us a movie about vampires, but give us
Hmm.
a different view of it. Give us a different spin.
Absolutely.
Update
Absolutely.
it. That's my only thing. If y'all want to keep giving us, you know what I'm saying, old premises on movies, but just put a spin on it. Don't give us
Yeah.
the same, you know what I'm saying, recycled version. So I
Right.
really love that part about it. Like I said, I've seen it twice. It's a movie that, I can see myself throwing on. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm not too mad at it. I'm gonna give it a 4, man.
Okay.
I kind of fuck with Abigail. I'm gonna give it a 4.
Okay. So for me, the cast was perfect for this. I felt like everybody fit their role perfectly. Everybody did a tremendous job. Nobody kind of felt out of place, or you didn't really watch it and was like, this person is doing a horrible job. I thought that the premise of the film was amazing. To have, what I'm saying, a little girl be the antagonist of it was very, very surprising. The plot twist of this, and everybody knows I'm a sucker for the plot twist. The fact that you can run a movie and have at least like two or three plot twists in it is, man, and you don't even see them coming, right? You just know that as the story is going on, you're getting surprised by everything that they're throwing at you. And that's what it felt like. Everything was a surprise, everything was on par. It was nothing that was out of place. It was nothing too crazy. It was nothing that you seen and was like, all right, that's a little over the top. It was none of that. Everything just fit. The plot twist was amazing. From finding out that she's a vampire, the first plot twist, the second plot twist, and finding out that all of this shit was a setup. The third plot twist of her, teaming up with Joey, fighting the dad. Like all of that shit was just, it was great. You know what I'm saying? I enjoyed myself watching this. I didn't feel like, okay, here's another vampire movie. It was more so like, oh, this is a movie that you're going to enjoy. This movie is going to be fire. This movie is going to be one that, like you said, the replay value is there. It's definitely there. So I'm gonna go just a half a step above you. I'm gonna go 4.5. I feel like this movie is that good. It's one of those movies that, like you said, if you just sitting there kicking it and you just need something to watch, you could turn it on and it's gonna be just as good as the first time you watched it. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go 4.5.
Okay.
All right. Let's get into the coming soon.
All right.
Coming soon to own on video and DVD.
All right, so the next film we got, man, is the new Planet of the Apes film. Um,
Which is a Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
thank you, because I'm bad with the subtitles. Uh, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. This has been a journey. I will say that, because Planet of the Apes is a long-standing franchise. It's up there with Star Wars, Star Trek, Alien, Predator, Rocky. It's up there with those. You know what I'm saying? And they find a to me, I feel like they find a way to make it a refreshing movie or a refreshing rebrand every chance that they get. So we're gonna cover that on the next episode. We'll talk a little bit more about that. We'll get to it then. Um and that'll be that, man. Listen, if you enjoyed this episode, if you didn't enjoy this episode, if you too was shocked that this little girl turned into a fucking vampire and killed a whole bunch of grown ass adults that didn't know when to leave, hit us up on socials and let us know. Instagram and Twitter at ViewAnon Pod, Facebook VA Pod Watch Group. Hit us up on YouTube. Um, with any questions, comments, concerns. Make sure you like the videos, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and make sure you hit that notification bell. That way you'll know whenever we drop. And also don't forget to sign up patreon.com/viewers anonymous. Become a viewer for our Patreon. It's only $3.99 a month. That's what, I don't know, $1 a week, less than $1 a week. Go ahead, join up and become, you know what I'm saying, a viewer like us. And if you'd like to follow me, you can follow me on Twitter at Scoots Bronson. I got a link tree in my bio. You can follow me everywhere else there.
And y'all can follow me at s.foster8 on Instagram, TikTok, and X. Follow the podcast 28 minutes or less, man. New episode is out. You know what I'm saying? I took it to the female side of the gangsters, man. I did Thelma Wright. So I only done 2 of the females. I did Jamaica Thompson as well. But go check that out. It's episode 156. And that's all I got, man.
Amen. So close that out real quick so I can focus. I'm sorry. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. Your support is always greatly appreciated. Without you, there could be no us. And until the next episode, like they say in Hollywood, that's a wrap.
Cut.